Hello, everyone. With a spot in the Super Bowl on the line, everything is on the line in today's conference championship matchup. It's the Lions going up against the Giants. With that, let's send you up to MetLife Stadium. It's a snowy one in the tri-state area as we bring in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Travis Davis.
And yes, Larry, white stuff is on the ground and in the air. 3 inches fell overnight, and we expect more as this game wears on. Should be interesting here at MetLife Stadium, just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Detroit Lions and the New York Giants. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They'll run it again with Henry. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. And now the Lions' defensive starters.
Leonard Williams was one of the top draft picks coming out of USC, and he's done nothing to diminish the comparisons people make of past greats.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got Peak. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play. I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Peak's got it over the middle. And he's going to get first drive. Looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen. And I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move? He made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people say, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. of the gun. They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
3rd down and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
Watch it now, Barney. Here we go now.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a return will stop right around the 25. And New York set to take the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Derrick Henry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set.
Play. But this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Green, 39.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone, in this compressed area of the field, that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So here come the Lions now. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Landon Collins is built like your typical tackle-first safety, but he does have the ability to play the deep part of the field.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to wind. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Shift together here from the D-line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He's going to air one out. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On the counter, it's Henry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go now.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got Peak. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They go play action here on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
They come up in an offset eye. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, with the identity map to go out the window. And they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 30 yards there. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game.
And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of where you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run with Henry. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back. But it's still a 3rd and 8. A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. He'll look to throw. Peake's got it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding the way to create that type of...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They didn't have a ton of yards to pick up on that 3rd down, but there was no way they were playing that one safe. They decided to take that one downtown. They must have felt that they had a big play that was waiting for them. Unfortunately, it was incomplete.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because... we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A gain of 32 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best. You find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Hurry up, here we go. All right, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a fourth down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. And that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Back to throw now on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there. Another pistol look here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at... to 35. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the right right side to Eric Ebron. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll drop to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 10 yards on the pickup there. And the Lions are going to have a first.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play action pass and completing it.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Again, it's Henry. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wondered if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Henry, the lone man in the backfield. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He sets to fire deep. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Giants. Robbie Anderson, 66 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. And how about that? Even after snapping it from back there, they still convert for the 2 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They'll get 16 yards there, and it'll be first down Lions. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So 2nd and 10 here. a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Surveying the field. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Henry, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball. On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
The 21 yards there as they convert on third. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing in the defensive end.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Jordan Reed from 8 yards out. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. 30 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Detroit.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And his throw is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Second down now after the incompletion. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
All right, here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Their dangerous wide receiver. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, How do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
He'll set up to throw, and he couldn't corral it. It falls down incomplete, but maybe not a big deal given this big lead. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at about the 28. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got time. He's going to... And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff to Henry. And some room to maneuver. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They come up in an offset eye. Again to Henry. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The former Clemson Tiger, Sharon Peak, was the target. And it brings up 4th down.
That was a long pass attempt downfield, and the ball was popped up in the air. And how come things go from really fast to almost slow motion when the ball's up in the air and the defender's unable to haul it in before it hits the ground?
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come up in an offset eye.
Let's go!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually able to knock it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Finding time. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
They'll set up a throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And his kick is indeed good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Giants. And that ought to just about do it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation. And now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back.
Here we go.
They come up in an offset eye. This is Henry. And he stopped immediately there. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock. You can.
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get lit from a little. I know you're terrified by what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave the lust, hard building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out. Like, don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Give up with your friends thing. Tell they bougie, go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap, tell them break your neck.